bit of distracted driving because there's been an accident on the highway. It's beautiful. It's cold, but oh, the smoke has dissipated by the time I get out here. But it was down there going into the city. I like a plane coming out of Billy Bishop. Look at the water, it looks beautiful. But there was an accident way over there, going up that. So there have been a lot of emergency vehicles. Like, you could see smoke, but now you can't. It's chilly, but it sure is pretty out. Isn't that pretty? The moon was pretty over the water last night from the bedroom view, but I didn't take any video of it. Yeah. There's coffee he just made. Look at that coffee. It's my only coffee of the day so far. I just woke up from a crash sleep. Rainbow again. The next day, it's Sunday. Oh, we have another rainbow. It was a beautiful day, but I got tired after a playlist night and lemon pasta, and I went to sleep. It would have been a beautiful day for autumn leaves. That boat around the water. But yeah, another rainbow. I just thought, do I get to see the other end of it this time? Yeah, it's sort of like out there, somewhere out there. Because if it's maybe, yeah, maybe. Lovely, lovely. So it must be autumn rainbow season. Have I missed out on all the leaves yet? Not all of them, but yeah, rainbow. It is 10:28 p.m. on Sunday, October 17th. Oh gosh, I went to double screen. Let's go to main screen. Yeah, okay. So I was watching Life of a Free Spirit, but I have to stop for a second. Just uploading the hot ring from today. In my defense, on Chiliad, I was taken off the track. There was no apology, so I did retaliate on Trenchway. I'm owning that, and I retaliated several times because I'm done with that. Like, please don't. So no. So yeah, I called it feisty hot ring racing. I'm just saying, like. Don't like, enough of that. Anyway, I brought the laptop out because I'm not gonna I don't want to break my writing streak. It's 10:30 p.m. now, and I know that I can type fast enough on here, whereas using the QWERTY writer, such a great keyboard. I love the sound, but because I have a few keys that need help, it's just not gonna happen. So like I was saying yesterday, I made a bunch of posts private, like if I well, friends only. So if I sign out, if I log out, it should show just what is yeah. So and then it looks like I only wrote those days of the, but I've actually written every day so far, once I get today done, for the month of October. This goes back to 2001, but there are some posts from, I think, the My Dear Diary days, and then 2001 is when I really officially started this one. Yeah. Wow. Kind of crazy that it's so long ago. It was the 5th of April. That was my first entry on LiveJournal. Thanks to being recommended and given a code. I think that was back when you were given like an invite. Or was it after the invites? Oh, and I used to sign it off. Oh gosh. I had the most amazing dream last night. Oh, I used to write down a lot of... Oh, the AOL Poets chat room. Oh. You know? Yeah, whole different world. I do miss the chat rooms. I miss that. I do miss the chat room life that we used to have. I liked people writing to each other and having discussions, and that's not how it is now. The closest is like on GTA, but now I didn't even go on headset today. It's ads because I'm not signed in. Dreams. This is the dreams tag. What do I have for tags? Anyway, I'm procrastinating. I'm just saying that I'm here to do my words, uploading that video. Oh. My Aunt Terry made my morning today. She let me know. Like, she suggested it yesterday, but her and Uncle Jerry are sending me... this is the first gift I've had in a long time. Bookcases. 2 espresso colored bookcases. They're short, but they will, like... I'm not sure if I can stack them or not, or if they go side by side. I don't know what it will allow. I have to look at it. Because if I can stack them, I probably will stack them. But if I can't, then I won't do that, because I don't want to damage them. Like, I probably would, if they're stackable, they'll go right here. If not, then I'll revise like my plan. But it makes sense if they are, because of the but if they're not, that's cool too. If they are, I'll have lighter books, like paperbacks up top and then go down. But yeah, then I can like sort out some of my bookshelf. I'm pointing in the dark. There's a bookshelf there, and like that's the one that's like got way too many books double stacked, and then I can sort everything out and it will be great. So that's the exciting way to start the day. And then there was another rainbow today outside that I saw first thing. 2 updates. Oh no, later. Don't install now. No, don't install now. Don't install now. Oh, I don't know what to install. Yeah. I didn't go on camera again. Oh man. But what else? So that is exciting. It says the delivery date like beginning of November. I don't know if that's like a definite, that's when it will arrive, or if like it'll arrive slightly later, or if it'll be here sooner, because it's October 17th right now. But whatever the case might be, very exciting. And then yeah, that's thank you again. And of course I'll do a video then if it's here in October or November. I'm vlogging every day, so it should be in a video. And then I'll like share the before and after of the shelves as well. Okay, so just a second. I'm like on camera just because I've got this going on. See how, so the laptop is what I'll type my words in at least by start at 11 at least. And I'll have enough time. I can type quickly on that. And then, yeah. Oh, look at the city behind. That is so cool. You know what? Not eventually, maybe by the end of the month, maybe I'll get ahead of the game and like get some of the books straightened up before the shelves get here, and then it'll be easier. I don't know. I'm just really excited. So thank you again, Aunt Terry and Uncle Jerry, for your contribution to Yeah. The don't making me happier than books is bookshelves. Is place to put them, because you know, I could organize better in here, and I'd really like to be able to share kind of the way my books are organized and the way I'll reorganize them once I have the shelves to do it, because there's some books that would be so great to be able to share, to show, and to also for me to access better. I've had this idea of sometimes of doing videos aside from like ASMR type book videos and booktube videos, but I really think it'd be neat to be able to do that thing of grabbing a random book and flipping the page and reading whatever the random page says, like you know what I mean? I think that's really a really cool thing. Like I don't know, I think that'd be a cool thing to do from time to time. Or maybe I could do that for, I mean, obviously certain types of books, the content is what the content is, but I don't know, I think it'd especially be interesting with the the cameras on the shelf of some of the journals, letters, and diaries and memoir books. So yeah, I mean, from there it'd be more random to see what would be picked out. So yeah, I am kind of hyped from a movie I just watched. I watched on Disney Plus. Okay, so Disney Plus is very pretty. I like my Alice in Wonderland icon from my account. I never watch Disney Plus. I'm a Netflix kind of gal, even though holy crap did they go up in price to $17 frickin'. I mean, one day you're paying $5 something, and then I don't know. My feet are on the floor and I'm just sort of like, sorry. I'm like stretching my toes and sliding a little bit on the wood. But it's expensive, but Netflix is worth it to me for the series alone. You know, I get it, like producing series, I hope the money goes back to like the people who made it somehow. Like, it's not just like Netflix super greedy, because I mean, because some of my favorite series have been on there. I mean, Haunting of Bly Manor, I'm going to rewatch soon. Midnight Mass was recent. Everybody's watched Squid Games, you know, but Midnight Mass is definitely, it was hype for the first, like, until Squid Games dropped, and then, like, some people forgot about Midnight Mass, but don't forget Midnight Mass. My hope is that because Halloween is coming, there's going to be an uptick in people watching Haunting of Bly Manor, Haunting of Hill House, or whatever, the two series. There's two of them, and the second one had the guy who's also in Midnight Mass. He's very super awesome. It's great. It's great. Anyway, when that happens, I'm hoping that cats are gonna use a litter right now while I'm trying to record, but I'm hoping that that'll get people interested in seeing Midnight Mass that didn't see it already. They didn't see it when we were all talking about it on Twitter. So hopefully it's like a cycle thing where it puts it back into like people's interest, because I know I'm gonna rewatch Haunting of Bly Manor, and then I might go backward and watch the first Haunting series, and then should I stop recording when the cats are using the litter in the other room? I don't know, and I don't have the fan on, so like it's quieter in here, and that means that you can hear more of what the cats are doing, and I don't know. Real life. So I don't know where I decided to clip or split the movie, but I've decided to turn on the fan, and I know that's extra noise, but we're just gonna deal with that. I was on a ramble about Disney Plus, no, Netflix. I went on about Netflix, but I mentioned I was gonna talk about Disney Plus only because got it for him watching a lot of Marvel or whatever, you know, all that stuff that is all on there, and And there's a lot of stuff on there that I used to nerd out to, but I decide to have no interest in now because, you know, it's this thing. But what I do like is the fact that they have Free Guy on Disney Plus. I watched it earlier. I logged into Disney Plus for myself on my account and like my particular thing. Alright, so on Disney Plus tonight I watched Free Guy. Free Guy, okay. Ryan Reynolds. You're already gonna like it if you're into Ryan Reynolds. If you're into his sort of... Is it Ryan? Is his name Ryan? Right? Yeah. Right? The Deadpool guy, you know. Oh. So, you know, I can close that? Okay, good. Alright, so I saw the like trailers for it and I thought already that I would like it, but these are reasons why I liked it especially. If you liked Ready Player One, definitely check this out. It's even, I'm gonna say it's even better, only because from an adult point of view, like an adult perspective of that game, it's not better. You know what, that's mean of me to say, because the book, okay, I was really into Ready Player One, the book, before it ever became a movie, and now it's like a second book out, and there's probably going to be a second film, and I hope it's really good. But, or are they already working on it? I don't even know. Anyway, I loved Ready Player One, saw it in the theater, I think I did. Did I, or was that Wreck-It Ralph 2? No, I don't remember. Movies are so long ago. But I definitely saw it since then, and we own the like DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, and not that anybody watches those anymore, but I really enjoy Ready Player One, the film, even though it's different than the book. I was so excited about the book and that I really loved it that I bought like multiple copies of the book, you know, one to give and then one to keep, and yeah, it's one of those books that I really loved. The second book I haven't gotten into yet, although I have it on Audible, but I don't want to spoil it for myself, but it has been listened to by somebody who shares the Audible account. So if you liked Ready Player One, the movie, and you like, you know what, Ready Player One was great, especially for the 80s nostalgia and the references and the gamer love. You know what? Honestly, that I'm not gonna diss it and be like, oh, whatever. Free Guy was great in that, okay, it didn't have the like Easter eggs and the references and the pop culture references the same way, but it had, for me, a vivid NPC gaming world, you know, similar to the whole Grand Theft Auto, I suppose, kind of world, and the idea of how the AI and gaming, and I liked that a lot. I loved it, actually. I freaking loved that movie. I loved it. I liked the characters in it. I liked the story. Yeah, there's some cliches to it with the bad guy and all this stuff, but it was great. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm really hyped about that movie. I'm gonna rewatch it sometime. The thing about NPCs, non-playable characters, are, you know, the ones that are in the background whenever you're playing like Grand Theft Auto, they're just, you know, the people walking by that say something. And here's a confession. During some of the loneliest times, this sounds really sad, but I know I'm not the only gamer to do this, I have gone around in the video game and just hung out by some NPC characters. You know, you kind of sometimes wish that, especially the past like couple of years during these times, you just like, they're on the beach by a fire talking, they're saying stupid stuff and you wish they weren't, but you know, or There's like another group on the beach that have some lines. Some of them are good lines, some of them are stupid. And then I've looked at the coffee shop near the arcade I have, and I've looked in the window, but it's strangely enough got all these bookshelves, like it should be a bookstore, which makes me love it even more, because I'm like, coffee shop, bookstore, yes, please. But I've looked in that window, just wandering around. You know, it's nice where you're feeling lonely and you're just wandering around, or there's NPCs hanging out outside a club, and but if you do anything, like if you approach them, generally they like take it as a sign of aggression, and they might get upset, you know, or run away or get scared or violent. They don't really, or they think you're gonna hurt them because it's GTA, right? But sometimes you wish they would just chill with you. You wish you could just hang out with an NPC. I don't know why. It's just, that's how lonely it can be. That's how lonely my life is sometimes. But I know I'm not the only one who's done that. I mean, just like I'm probably not the only one who's dived under the water in scuba gear and just like listened to the breathing sounds of while I'm swimming and looking at the imaginary fish and stuff. I don't know, I think it's I used to say, wouldn't it be something if like the NPCs were actually like real, like that's where you go into a game eventually, or if they were real and they were doing stuff when we weren't around. I mean, I know lots of people mention these ideas because, you know, fantasies and different ideas of things, like what if they do have their own thing going on when we're not around, and then they're just like doing their NPC stuff while we're about. It's just an interesting concept, you know, also horrifying on some levels, but also interesting. And I don't know, the movie didn't go into all that. I'm just saying what I've thought of sometimes, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's had like a bummer time and just like gone to a spot in the video game and just like chilled near some people, you know, that aren't real. I don't know. And then of course somebody on an oppressor comes up and blows you up or something, because real people in the game are not chill. Yeah, I don't know. It was, but Free Guy was fantastic. I mean, if you want an enjoyable movie, I think that's a good one. If you're into gaming, I think it's a good one. Could it have been, I think it went lighter than it could have been, as in like, what was I saying there? I would say it didn't have the depths of Ready Player One, but that's only, I think, because Ready Player One was a novel. As far as I know, Free Guy was not a novel, so I don't think it had to have as many layers of, you know, I don't know. I didn't look into it really. I just really enjoyed the film. I really enjoyed the film. I liked the film a lot. It was a good movie. It would have been a great going to the movies movie. Not that I want to go to the movies anymore, but I mean, it would have been great to see in the theater. I enjoyed seeing it on the big screen of my iMac, so I'm okay. But I mean, it would have been an enjoyable movie, just like Ready Player One, which I probably really did see in theater, was, you know. And yeah, if you're into those, then Wreck-It Ralph 2, well, 1 and 2, but 2 really hit me in the gut, like in the gut and the heart, like as in like, aw, you know, it was relatable. It was relatable in some ways. I gotta go, right? It's like 10:53 already, and I've gotta like, my hair needs to, I should have combed my hair, but yeah, so not the worst day. I mean, we had delicious lemon pasta for lunch, supper, like the meal of the day, and it was really good. But yeah, I what is it, carb crash or whatever, carb, not car. I ended up sleeping later after. Like I stayed awake during a like playlist, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap after. And I had that for a few hours, but I woke up in a weird way, like as if my leg was I don't know, I was doing something weird with my leg. I don't know, it's weird, like woke me up strangely. I don't know if I was awake when it happened. It was a weird wake up anyway. And then I was up and ended up racing, and then, you know, went to Pete. Didn't eat supper. He offered, actually. But after you have filling lemon pasta, you don't really... I have eaten before, like I've had ramen, let's say, later in the evening, but I didn't feel like it today. I'm like, I'm good. I had Triscuits, you know, and didn't choke on them, thankfully. So anyway, I'm gonna write, because I want to write. Hopefully I write something a bit deeper today. How am I doing? Awful. But good. Like, as in, today was a good day if you count the my Aunt Terry and Uncle Jerry with the great exciting, getting bookshelves is exciting. Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought that that'd be something I'd really want? But I'm so obvious. And thank you by the way, Aunt Terry. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. But and it's nice to have seen a rainbow 2 days in a row. I did think it was beautiful when I was up this morning, but I didn't feel energy to go outside, and I should have probably been. So, like, my energy's not been really good, but it was a beautiful day. Like, it was beautiful out earlier, and I went to bed later after. I don't know, it's too bad. You know, the autumn days are going quickly, so hopefully I go outside soon. I'm just not in a hurry to go out there. Yeah, so feel anxiety just mentioning it, actually. So overall, yeah, it was an okay day. I wish I'd read. I didn't. I stayed out of trouble overall. No mess, you know, trying to calm down on some stuff. So yeah, that movie was great. Free Guy was great. I recommend it. And yeah, got it right. So thanks for still watching. I can't believe I'm doing this every day still. Yeah, I don't know. I know, with nothing to work with. I mean, I don't have much to tell you, except that we ate food, that I played a video game. Yeah, I gotta work on some of that. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and I'll try to have something to share more soon. Hope you've liked. Yesterday was a lot of the sky, and I know I didn't have any sound over it, and I was thinking, you know, it's too bad I hadn't done like a voiceover, like just how I feel about the view in the sky. But then I don't know, it is what it is. Maybe if people are listening to music or watching something else, then they're not missing out on anything. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, bye. It's 11:35 p.m. and I've done 17 days so far. 15,814 words in this month. So 17-day streak. I would say that writing This definitely went quicker. Even with my hands hurting. What am I affectionate and leisure? So I talked about books a lot. Introvert, positive, uncertain thinking. So now I just gotta like title this and books. I don't know. I'll do that and I'll read it over and then I'll like work on this vlog. Oh, look at the. Is it gonna? Look at that. Oh. Focus. My hands can't hold the camera. There we go. Isn't that pretty? It's pretty. CN Tower, so pretty. Oh wow, did you see that? It's rainbow color. It's doing the. Yeah, I can't. Here, let me try to. Does that help? Oh, look at it's still pulsating. That'd be a cool picture. I forgot to move the lotion. Put the lotion on the skin or it gets out again. It's so dusty in this place. It is 11:47 p.m. and I got my words done. Like, that's just my iMac with the space. It's not cluttered, but it is because it's keyboard, computer, Kindle, coffee, controller, headphones I haven't been plugging in, and the PlayStation right there. But it's super cluttered overall. I've put the laptop back in the drawer. I finished my words. I got like 1,200 words writing about hardly anything, and then I shared the news about the bookshelves, and I talked about books. I talked about the movie Free Guy. I keep wanting to say Fall Guy. Is it because, wasn't there like the Fall Guy when I was a kid growing up, one of the TV shows? I think so, probably, you know. I am so surprised at how quickly I got so many words done. I mean, it's just a yay. 1,200 and something words writing about nothing. Although one of the things that was pointed out was that I pointed out to myself was that it has been a month since I went outside. So September 16th was it, and today is October 17th. Yeah, I know that when like, yeah, I'm like, it's hard to explain to people that I actually love outside. I love the seasons, I love trees, I love the lake, I love streetscapes and graffiti and buildings, and I love festivals and events, and I'm not afraid of outside. And I have worked with crowds of people, as in I worked at a very busy place where thousands of people would come through a day where I had to be one-on-one with all these people to take their photograph. I mean, I have the ability to, like, it's not a fear, it's just the anxiety, the anxiety condition is the agoraphobia. Like, I can guess where it started. It was in my 20s. Definitely started during that time period of the factory years when I was dealing with the factory injury and the shame and the stress of like needing to go to work to survive, but also knowing that the workplace was also contributing to my illnesses. And oh, it was so. And then on top of that, I had a toxic relationship with my long-term person at the time. And it all contributed, obviously, but it was mostly the work thing in the small town and the shame and it was so tough. And I know that's where the agoraphobia really became a thing. But who'd have thought I'd still have it all these years later? Like, I remember thinking of that when, like, I've traveled long ago, years ago, when we had some money, we did travel. I got on a plane, I went to Italy, and then later went to Scotland and Ireland. I mean, I have traveled overseas. When I was in that relationship in my 20s, I did travel on a Greyhound to Texas and to Florida. It wasn't a vacation, it was to see that toxic person. It was a toxic thing back then, but I didn't know. I was young, and anyway, so much was going on. But I have traveled. It's so weird. It's so weird to explain what it's like. It's weird to explain what it feels like prior to going out, when I would be going to a job and when I would work, what it would be like to go prepare myself to go out, to go, and then once I'm somewhere, I'm good, or I'm over, I'm hyper from the anxiety. Like when I used to go to poetry events and stuff, because of the overwhelming stimuli, it's like my extroverted self is on overload. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard to explain to people who don't get it. Like, well, if you like outside, go outside. If you like this or that, just do it. And it's like, oh, it's harder to explain than that. I wish I could say it's getting better, but definitely the pandemic made it worse. And I know I'm not the only one. This was discussed early on when people were like, oh, for the germaphobes and for those who had a hard time leaving the house, this is gonna be extra hard, because any progress you might have been making at one time before lockdowns happened, or before obviously washing your hands is important. I'm a big wash your handsers. Weird word. I'm big on that. I was always saying wash your hands before anything happened, but imagine for people who are actually extremely germaphobe, they would not want to be in this dusty book nook, for instance. Yeah, I mean, it's been rough. People haven't really talked about it. So yeah, it's been a setback, because me having the fortitude or the ability to stay inside anyway was like a bonus. Like, oh, well, almost a privilege that I could stay at home anyway. Because I didn't have to go outside, but also it's a good service not to be going outside to add to what was already going on in our area. But, oh, it's tough. It's been tough on myself, and I'm sure other people who are in the similar situation, because how do you reemerge? And then there's a whole bunch of people who never experienced this before, couldn't relate. A lot of people can't relate to things that they haven't experienced, unless they have an amount of empathy or the ability to put themselves to imagine putting themselves into somebody else's shoes, or a willingness to be open to listening to other people's perspectives in an open way, in an open-minded way. But a lot of people don't get things until they go through it. So to have seen people realize this or come to experience a degree of anxiety themselves about re-emerging into daily life, of normal life. It's been interesting, you know, for me anyway, to read about it, because I'm like, yeah, it's tough, or yeah, these are valid feelings, and some of us were feeling them prior to this, and will continue to exist with this after everybody pushes their way toward what they feel is the normal. It's I guess it's a whole big topic, but that's something that it's 11:56 p.m. I'm checking my phone, but when I do NaNoWriMo 30 days in agoraphobia, did I go outside today is always the question, but I'm going to really hope to examine it in a better way this year, because I have touched upon it in the previous attempts of, or the previous completions of NaNoWriMo 50,000 words in a month, but I really want to try to communicate it in a better way while also trying to go outside. No, I really think that there's a lot of beautiful stuff in the world, and I used to always take pictures. Even I always used to find like something in that people wouldn't see, or that they didn't think was beautiful. Like I used to love photographing things. I love photography, and I might not be good at it, but I've always been into photography since I was younger. And have film. I have undeveloped film still. Like, but where am I going with this? I'm looking at the time, 11:57. I hope that I can give more to that writing project of 50,000 words, because it's been difficult to write every day this month, to make it a daily habit of writing 750 words, and I'm gonna need to write 1,667 words as a train. It usually comes in around midnight. That must be the Via, or it's a GO train, but the Via Rail comes in around this time. 11:58. I'm watching the time. I don't want to go over. Hopefully I dive in better. While it not always being the main topic, it'll be like, you know, about my day and thoughts and feelings and dreams and whatever. But I hope I do have some attempts of going outside. But I also hope I do manage to write about the subject in a way that hopefully there's glimpses of it throughout the years when I compile it all together to help somebody either understand it a little more, or I don't know. I don't know. Just, yeah, spoiler alert, the answer is often no to did I go outside today. But would I, depending on the setting? Yes, I would. Like if I had a yard, I probably would have been outside often, you know, or if I had, you know, I don't know. If, you know, it's 11:59, I gotta go. Thanks for listening. I was here. I gotta throw some hair out on the balcony again. Shedding. My hair is always, still no haircut, still no hair trim. Eventually. We'll get there.